Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are, and welcome to the weekly holiday show. I'm your host, Mr. James, coming at you from a different angle. Ooh, in a storage closet somewhere, undisclosed. So, anyways, welcome to the weekly holiday show. I am your host, Mr. James, and here are your selected holidays for the week of May 23rd through May 27th. If you're still in school, hey, you've got a couple more weeks left to go. And let's just hang in there while the warm weather entices you to go outside. So, anyways, let's celebrate something. Starting off this week, we have May 23rd, Armed Forces Day. Now, here's the thing Armed Forces, that definitely means military. Do you know somebody in the military? Do you know somebody serving in the armed forces? I know we have things happening around the world right now, currently in Ukraine. Between Russia and Ukraine, but there's other little skirmishes and things happening around the world all the time. And armed forces are there to protect their country and sometimes their self-interest, whatever. But I want you to think about those that serve and respecting those that serve because it's something where they have to put their lives on the line for a lot of people. And it's definitely more than one day a year that you have to honor these people that give their lives and put a lot of courage on the line, basically, to make sure everyone else is safe. If you have a job where you don't have to do that sort of thing, somebody else is basically paying the price for you. So it's one of these things where you want to always give people respect and especially realize that someone is doing a job that is very difficult and they're going through a lot of hardship and you're benefited from that. So Armed Forces Day, I always like to think about those that help me out. And I know a bunch of people in the military, and it's one of these things where I want to give them a little bit extra care and love on this day. And it's kind of a reminder that they're really important. So anyways, celebrate. Tuesday, the 24th, buy a musical instrument day. Hey, that's a good idea, right? If you've ever wanted to try some sort of musical instrument, you can go and purchase something. Like, for instance, happen to have right here, if you like string instruments, a ukulele. Now, I'm sure you might be able to buy one of these for around $20 to $40. Of course, you can spend upwards around $1,000 or more if you want something that is handmade out of wood, carved out of wood, and such. But here, something like this, which is kind of a wood plastic mix, still sounds great and you can still learn on. It doesn't really matter so much the quality is, unless you really want to put a lot of effort in. And in the beginning, you don't really know that. So I would just suggest anything. If you want to play a wind instrument, try for a recorder. If you want to play some sort of percussion instrument, any sort of drum, hand drum. They have electronic drums now. They have electronic versions of everything now. And go online, you can actually play electronic versions of the ukulele and every instrument practically. Chrome Music Lab, or just type in digital and then type the name of an instrument. You'll find it. Good thing is, there's a lot of people out there still selling instruments, and you can always go online and find them as well and try things out. I mean, you never know until you try, and it's a great way to put some creativity to work, right? Music is great. Not that I wouldn't know that being a music teacher, but anyways, celebrate this day. Wednesday the 25th, it's Lucky Penny Day. Lucky Penny. 1793 in America, we have the penny being introduced here. Of course, around the world, it's considered the lowest amount of currency. You know, whatever currency is in whatever country, the lowest form is their smallest thing. I mean, because we call ours a penny, but other places might call it something else. But penny's really not worth anything nowadays. I mean, it's more like a memento sort of thing. Like, oh, okay, this represents money, and you can do some magic tricks with it, which I like to do. But Lucky Penny Day, if you find money, and this is the thing, generally people think that's lucky, right? Oh, wow, I found some money. It must be my lucky day. And yeah, let's keep that alive, but not just pennies. I mean, anything that you find, you happen upon, unless it's someone else's and you can give it back to them. I guess it's your lucky day, right? Some luck. Something by chance happened to happen. So if you like pennies and you can save them up, you probably can spend them on something. Otherwise, find a creative way to use pennies for something else. Because I think it takes 2 pennies, the cost of 2 pennies to make 1 penny now. And they may stop production pretty soon. So save them up. They're going to be worth maybe a little bit more than a penny in the future. Celebrate. Thursday, the 26th, Scavenger Hunt Day. Have you ever been on a scavenger hunt before? Like you're looking around for something. Someone says, if you can find this, it's going to be something big. So, scavenger hunts. I enjoy some scavenger hunts every now and then, unless it's a huge distance. I mean, I heard about this geocaching and things like that, where you go to different locations, within a certain amount of miles and such, or just taking a hike and looking for maybe a certain animal or something. That could be a scavenger hunt. It's kind of like making a game out of something. Yeah, let's see if we can find this certain type of bird. All right, let's go. I see in my Bitmoji here, I've got a little bit of a magnifying glass. And sometimes scavenger hunts are looking for very, very, very tiny things. What do you think archaeologists do? Kind of a major scavenger hunt. They like to do that sort of thing. But you can scavenging anything. You can go online and look for something like a recipe or something and research. I mean, I guess that's been my weekends, right? I'm always looking for recipes. So I'm always on a scavenger hunt. Right now, I'm a scavenger hunt looking for the next slide. There it is. Friday, the 27th, it's Tap Dance Day. Now, I love to tap dance. Tap dance has its roots in African and sort of Irish heritage. And here's the thing. I'm going to tell you about it, and this is from what I've read. It turns out in America, and I'm talking about North America, I'm talking about the United States in general, that we have, unfortunately, a history of slavery. And from what I read, they mentioned that when slaves from Africa were brought over to the Americas, their culture was kind of stopped. The people that owned them tried to stop their culture. So they took away instruments they had, and they have a rich culture of making of playing instruments, and is a lot of percussion instruments, and drums that you hit, scrape, all that stuff. And without their instruments, they found a way to create a percussive, sort of like a drumming version of dance. And this is basically the precursor to tap dance. And in Ireland, the same sort of thing happened, where the British were told the Irish people, you are not allowed to have your culture of dancing. So, and here's the thing, and this is what I found out because I did study Irish dance for several years, that they weren't allowed to dance. So they developed a way of dancing with their arms straight at their sides and only their feet doing very percussive and complicated moves. So if you ever watch Irish step dancing or soft shoe dancing and such, you will see arms at the side, and you'll see they're moving their feet and doing a lot of different complicated things with their feet, because this is where it came from. So anyone would look in a window and they would see someone go by and be like, oh, good, they're not dancing. But they are dancing. So it's weird that this came about by people being subjugated and not a good thing. But I love the type of dancing because it's like drums on my feet. And also on this date, actually 25th, I believe, a few days prior to this day, back over 100 years ago, Mr. Bojangles, which is Bill Robinson, I believe his name was considered one of the greatest tap dancer in America, and of course spurred on many other people to tap dance. I know Gregory Hines was an amazing tap dancer of the past 50 years, and Michael Flatley has been an inspiration for me for Irish step dancing and river dance. Look at that up. It's amazing. But anyways, tap dancing has kind of a weird history and such, but it's drumming with your feet, and dancing is great. Look some stuff up if you want to find that out. And if you can keep a nice rhythm, keep a beat, look it up. It's something you might want to do with your feet. That rhymed. So anyways, thank you for subscribing. Watch. If you haven't subscribed yet, thumbs up, watch this, subscribe, all this stuff. Yeah, I'm doing this in the morning, so hopefully it makes a little sense. Anyways, please subscribe and please celebrate.